Welcome back to our journey with TypeScript. In previous class, we learned how to use intersections and union. Today, using the film production analogy again, now let's move from planning roles to the actual filmmaking process. On a film set, every department follows strict instructions. Lighting, camera, sound, everyone knows exactly what input they need and what output they must deliver. In TypeScript, that discipline is enforced using function signatures, which specify what a function must receive and what it must return. So let's say we have an interface for a character that will have, let's say, the name, which is of type string, and whether they speak, which is of type void. Speak will be a function, which is of type void, let's say. Now I have an hero. I have a hero which is of type this character. So what I can do is my interface hero, sorry, yeah, interface hero, it will extend this character. And let's say my hero has some superpower. So those are additional qualities that only the hero has. So this hero will extend all these qualities, that is name and speed. And also it will have its own unique quality, that is superpower, which is of type, let's say, string. Let's say my main hero interface, there is a main hero. It will extend hero. Yeah, let's define my main hero over here. Constant main hero, which is of type hero. Yeah, the name is Arav. Name will take this Luna. Superpower invisibility. Yeah, yeah. So this is my main hero over here. So my main hero, it extends these qualities, these attributes from the character interface. So that is name and speak function. And it has its own ability also, that is the superpower. It has the invisibility ability over here. So this is basically uh, extending from or inheriting from the character interface. So do we have any questions on this?
Again, and in what conditions do you use this type, extending type?
See, let's say I want to define a set of qualities that will be there in each character, but then each character can have its own individual qualities also. I'll take an example of a car. So let's say my base, this thing, the base of a car, I should have like tires, I should have engine, all that every car will have. But then each car has its own unique features also. So like they have a sunroof, they have, let's say, power steering, power windows, they have many features. So those features are unique to particular car. But car on the base, this thing, they have like common functionalities. They have an engine, they have tires. So those in those cases, I can use extend. So I will extend from the base class into my whatever is my specific car. So this is, I can explain it in another example over here.
Okay.
Yeah. So now what we'll do is all these concepts that we have learned today, we'll try to implement all these together and learn about it. So let me define this thing. Mhm. Let me define. Uh, there is a startup actually which deals in smart home automation systems. So let me use these concepts that we learned today for that. So let me define a file smarthome.ts. So startup is building a next generation smart home platform that manages lights, thermostats, sensors, and other IoT devices inside a house. Let's see how this problem is managed through TypeScript. So let's define my home name first. Home name to be of type string, and let's say, yeah, my smart home. Then I will define how many rooms there are. So total rooms, let's say they are of type number and is 5. Let's say if there is this home has security enabled. So I'll say security enabled. which is of type Boolean, and I'll keep it as true. There are securities. Now let's say how many max devices this home supports. So I'll define a variable for that as well. Max devices allowed, which is of type number. Let's say it is 50. I'll also define the admin email over here. So admin email is of type string, and I will define it as admin at zenhome.in. Yeah. Now let me add interfaces over here. So I have an interface for a smart device. Now this interface will have an ID, which is of type string. It will have a name of type string. It will have the room where it is in, which is again of type string. And it will have one more attribute, that is online. And that will be of type Boolean. So yeah, that is Boolean over here. Let me define one. Now let me define the devices over here. So I will define the smart light, is smart light, which is of type smart device. So I will extend the smart device over here. Let me Now this smart light has its own attributes. So that is, let's say it has a brightness, which is of type number, and it has a color. Let's say it is of type string. Yeah. Now let's define another interface of type smart thermostat maybe, which will extend my smart device. Now thermostat has a temperature, which is again a number, and it will have a mode. So yeah, which is cool, heat, or auto. Yes, perfect. Now let's add some types over here. So type, let's say my sensor status should be either active or inactive or error. Yeah, perfect. Then my base sensor, that is of ID string, then which room it is in, that is of type string, and the battery status, sorry, string, and battery, which is again a number. Yeah, let me define the motion sensor now. Motion sensor is of type base sensor, and it will have motion detected, motion detected, yeah, which is of type Boolean, and status, that is the sensor status. Yes, perfect. This is my motion sensors over here. Now let me define another type of device categories. Device category, which will be either smart light, or smart thermostat, or it will be motion sensor. Yeah, that's it. Let me define a function to toggle the device. Toggle device status. That will be, it will take device which is of type smart device, of type smart device, and online. So I want to toggle the status of that particular device. So online, which will be a Boolean value. So either it will be true or false. I will return the smart device over here, and this function. So return device and is online. Yes, perfect. This is not needed. Yeah, let me return this object only. I'll also define a type for the device summary. Summary function equal to device, which is of type device category. Yeah. which is string. Constant get device summary, that is of device summary. Yeah, let's say if name in device and it is online, so is online in device. Let's return that device name is currently online or offline. Yeah, let's return this. Perfect. Now constant id equal id in device is this. Yeah, unknown id. Then let's define the room in device is this, or unknown room. Let's also define the status. So status. Yeah, and it will return sensor id in room is this, and currently in the status. Yeah, perfect. Also, let's write a function to update sensor status that is of type sensor, which is of type motion sensor, and the status is of type sensor status. Yeah, uh, of type motion sensor, return return sensor and the status. Yeah. Now let's define some values over here. So let's say my constant living room light, which is of smart light, as ID as yeah, let's use this ID as this. The name is living room light, room is living room, is online is true, brightness is 75, color is warm white. Yeah. Mm, let's define my hall thermostat, home thermostat. Yeah, it is smart thermostat. ID is this, name is this, room is hallway, is online is false, temperature is 22, mode is auto. Yeah, perfect. Uh, let's also define my main motion sensor. So that is const main motion sensor is of type motion sensor. ID is this, room is front door, let's say, battery is 85, is motion detected is false, and status is active. Yeah, let's store the rated thermostat. Thermostat is toggle device status, home thermostat, and true as smart thermostat. We'll call this. Then we'll update the sensor to the update sensor status, main motion sensor, and inactive as we'll use as motion sensor. Yeah. Update sensor status will console.log get device summary, living room light. Mm, this updated thermostat and updated sensor. Yeah, home thermostat and main motion sensor. No, it is living room light. which is this. Yeah, we'll pass the updated thermostat and updated sensor. Okay. Yep. Mm, let's check the error over here. Yeah, get device. Use of type device over here. Uh, Sensor status. Update sensor. Okay. Get device summary. Let's pass this. Yeah. Let's do the TSC for this. Smartphone for PS. Uh, there is an error. Expected. Oh, sorry, I missed the bracket. Yeah. Hmm. And yeah, as you can see, my device, my living room light is currently online. Then my device home thermostat is currently online. My sensor in the front door is currently inactive. Then my device room light is currently online. The thermostat is online, and this also is inactive. So yeah, this code example was one way to kind of summarize all the concepts that we learned in today's session. Yeah, thank you.